welcome to the graduation ceremonies of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Please remain standing as James Bennett leads us in our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your mortar boards. Ladies may do so as you wish.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. During this wonderful celebration of this evening, I ask that you silence your cell phones, please. Welcome to this very special occasion for our students, our faculty, family, and friends. I would like to recognize honored guests who are present this evening. And as I introduce our platform guests, I ask that you kindly hold your applause until all have been introduced. Ms. Deborah Edmonds, Chair of our West Kentucky Community and Technical College Board of Directors. Sherry Golson, Faculty Representative. Dr. Victoria Strickland Seng. Dr. Seng is the Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at the University of Tennessee at Martin. Other platform guests: Dr. Tina Payne, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Belinda Dalton Russell, Vice President of Student Development. Jackie Brown Jr., our student speaker. Kaela Burge-Beckley, our student speaker. And in the audience, we have Mr. Ken Wheeler on our Paducah Junior College Board of Trustees, and Mr. Larry Kelly with the West Kentucky Community and Technical College Board of Trustees. So I'm very pleased to have each of these guests with us this evening. Please, let's give them a round of applause. This past year, West Kentucky has once again been named by the prestigious Aspen Institute as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation for the second consecutive year. This is a result of our excellent students graduating tonight, our community and their support, and our faculty and staff, so I want to recognize them. Also, for the third consecutive year, West Kentucky has been named a military-friendly college. Victory Media, the premier media entity for military personnel transitioning back into civilian life, selected WKCTC for the honor. This places West Kentucky in the top 15% of the colleges and universities across the nation. At this time, I would like to recognize our student veterans. They are the ones tonight who will be wearing the cords of red, white, and blue. I would ask that they please stand and let us honor and recognize you for your valuable service to our country. Please stand. Thank you. At this time, I'm asking Ms. Deborah Edmonds, Chair of our board, to please come forward and bring greetings and introduce our student speakers.
Congratulations to the graduates and your families and friends who have supported you. You are graduating tonight from one of the top community colleges in the nation. You should be very proud, and we are certainly very proud of you. Our first speaker is Jackie Brown, Jr. Mr. Jackie Brown is a resident of McCracken County and is graduating with an Associate in Applied Science degree from the Clinical Laboratory Technician program with high distinction. Jackie is currently working as a laboratory assistant at Massac Memorial Hospital. He plans to continue his education at Murray State University to earn a Bachelor of Science degree in medical technology. Mr. Brown.
Thank you for the warm welcome. My name is Jackie Brown, Jr. I'm very honored and humbled to be able to speak about my academic adventure at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Our school has hundreds, if not thousands, of stories similar to mine. February 10th of 2011, Goodyear announced they would close the Union City, Tennessee plant by the end of 2011. But by July 9th of 2011, the plant was closed. July 9th is a bittersweet date for me. It was my start date and my end date of my career at Goodyear. August of 2011, I had transitioned from manufacturing to a full-time student at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Because of people like Debbie Smith in advising, Tammy Owen in academic affairs, Trish Farmer in the office, and Janetta Burnley in the bookstore. I was met with open arms at every step of the transition. I was treated with respect, and I am grateful for all the help and concern that I received. My first semester was the foundation for the upcoming Clinical Laboratory Technician program. Classes were Monday through Friday, included organic chemistry, anatomy with the lab, IT 100 computer class, and phlebotomy in the intimidating Allied Health building. Under the watchful eyes of my instructors, I started the cornerstones of my foundation for the clinical lab program. The corners of a foundation are the most important part, and mine were watched by Dr. Brown on the chemistry corner, Lisa Bromley on the phlebotomy corner, Dr. Young on the anatomy corner. I started putting the blocks of my foundation in place one by one. On one occasion, Kelly Wright helped me with several questions I had about anatomy when Dr. Young was not available. I was not a student of hers. She took time out of her day to help a struggling non-traditional student. This speaks volumes for our college. However, the pace quickened, and I was having trouble keeping the blocks in place. I reached out to WKCTC for help and was directed to the tutoring center. Mason Tutor at the center was eager to help and placed me with different staff members to meet my needs. The tutoring center taught me new ways to carry the blocks to my foundation to keep the pace. One of the new ways to study was note cards. I have 4x6 note cards, 3x5 note cards, different colored note cards. Note cards can go every place you go, and they went with me. Note cards will help you be more effective with time management. I am certain I will be finding note cards for the next 2 years. I have note cards for bookmarks in my Bible. The semester was almost over when the letter came in the mail saying I had been accepted into the Clinical Laboratory Technician program for the spring of 2012. I would need to attend the orientation meeting on December 1st and have the opportunity to meet with the program director, Nancy Todd. At the December 1st meeting, Nancy Todd welcomed 16 core students and 4 alternates. Everyone knew at the end of the first semester, only 16 students would continue. She made it very clear from the beginning the alternates would fill your place if you were unable to meet the requirements of the CLT course. She also stated you would be in a fast-paced program with a tremendous workload that requires a great deal of effort from the students. She recommended reading the first 4 chapters in all the classes before the first day of the upcoming semester. The spring 2012 semester was off to a blistering pace, and Nancy was true to her words. The classes were almost to the point of overwhelming. I had to use all of my new study skills learned from the previous semester to keep pace. However, the once intimidating Allied Health building had now become home. The fall 2012 semester was the same as the spring. We had a new instructor in the program, Jonathan Johnson. At the fall break, we received news from Nancy due to health reasons she was going to retire, and Jonathan would be taking over. The work pace continued, and by the end of the second semester, our class of 20 students was down to 8. Samantha, Jen, Dawn, Jessica, Heather, Megan, JC, myself, and we picked up Cheryl from the previous CLT class. Normally, I was the first lab tech student to arrive for class, and generally, I was always the last student to leave. The reason why I was the last to leave was Jonathan always had extra time after class to discuss or review any material. As the only guy in the class, it was a little awkward for me. I knew I was accepted by the girls the day they waited for me to go to lunch with all of them. We became a close-knit group, and it became apparent to me this last semester. I asked permission to practice sticking on the fake phlebotomy arm, but without hesitation, the group volunteered to let me practice sticking on them. I remember the group saying, "We will help you." And this group consists of 7 working phlebotomists. I had matured as a student over the last year, and the 2013 semesters would test all of my skills to the breaking point. The classes involved massive amounts of homework, case studies, and tests. Clinical chemistry with Lisa Thompson was a chemistry and anatomy class on steroids. She was always prepared to expand our learning, and she expected the same from us. It was a fantastic class, and we became better students and soon to be better techs because of this. I know she was preparing us for the boards, but it sure was hard. The last official class meeting was Friday. The grade book is now closed, and we will be the CLT class of 2013. CLTs with a 2-year degree on the job will be required to complete the same test and procedures as a medical technologist with a 4-year degree. Basically, we receive 4 years of education in 2. At the beginning, as a new student, I did not understand the need for the fast pace. I now understand what Nancy Todd meant at the beginning of the program. However, I know hard work combined with a strong work ethic will help a person meet the challenges, but one should not be so afraid to ask for help. I would not be graduating if I'd not asked for help. I would like to thank the faculty and staff for providing a learning atmosphere and my family and friends who always offered encouragement. I know why West Kentucky Community and Technical College is one of the top 10 colleges in the United States, because they help students achieve success. They change the lives of students. They can help you change your life. They helped me trade my steel-toe boots and leather work gloves for scrubs and a lab coat. Thank you, West Kentucky.
Ms. Kaela Burge-Beckley is a resident of Evansville, Indiana, and is graduating with an Associate in Applied Science degree from the Physical Therapist Assistant Program. After earning a bachelor's degree in athletic training, Kaela chose West Kentucky's PTA program to complement her educational training. Following graduation, Kaela plans to combine athletic training and physical therapy in order to provide the best care for athletes, active individuals, and students in high school and clinics in Evansville. Ms. Kaela Burge-Beckley.
Good evening. My name is Kaela Burge-Beckley, and I am a soon-to-be graduate of the Physical Therapist Assistant Program. I am honored to be chosen to speak to you tonight at the first ever December graduation ceremony for West Kentucky Community and Technical College graduates. I hope each of you are as excited for the future as I am, and as proud of yourself or the graduate you are here to support. Thank you for being here to celebrate your successes, or for being here to stand behind your family member or friend. I am fortunate enough for a whole group of my family supporters here tonight. They have been behind me through a bachelor's degree in athletic training from the University of Evansville in Indiana, a move here to Paducah, and 2 more years of effort and distance. I am so fortunate to have them behind me through the years, and even more lucky to get to marry my best friend in about 12 days. I was drawn to WKCTC by the organization and transparency of the coursework, the complementary communication with the PTA program coordinators, and the overall smooth transition and welcoming atmosphere. For me, school needed to mesh with concurrent employment opportunities. Paducah had that to offer as well. My program and the school worked with me to accept transfer credits, respected my educational background, and made me feel like a valued and important part of our class. Of the many things I learned in my 2 years at WKCTC, one memory that I know I'll take with me is the diversity and rich Southern culture that is Paducah. There's a certain down-home bond of so many influences. Of the 15 graduates of the PTA program this year, 8 are beginning a second career, 8 have children, 10 commuted from more than 40 miles, 5 have already worked in healthcare, and 6 came from jobs completely unrelated to healthcare. I myself have been intrigued by the appreciation of our candidates' variety. That foundation made our class stronger together and as individuals. Think for a minute, why did you choose WKCTC? Cost and proximity? The quality of the program you chose? As a means to explore and find what you wanted to study? What do you bring that is different than your classmates? I truly believe that part of the atmosphere that makes coursework here at WKCTC so whole is the myriad of experiences that the students and professors bring to the classroom. A second lesson that I will attribute to my time in Paducah is that you get back what you put into things. You can go through coursework as well as life and give the minimum and pass. You can earn a paycheck and appease the boss. You can even be good at your job. But if you take the personal responsibility to be better than average, to do more than is required, and to push the limits that seem to be status quo, you are giving back what is deserved to the professors who taught you and the program that took you in. Make it your goal to make coworkers and management ask where you were trained. Be proud to tell them WKCTC in Paducah, and be able to honestly say that the foundation you received here was a springboard for a lifelong education. The third, and maybe most important message I will remember, is the correct answer to any yes or no question is, it depends. I think my classmates will always mutually groan when they hear that answer. However, it is a good reminder to all of us to really listen to the problems presented to us. Even a yes or no question is contingent on the circumstances. Be prepared and zealous to apply your education to your opportunities, instead of limiting your experiences to your education. Your success depends on the worth of the relationships you value, not necessarily what you make or how many hours you work. Success is having a purpose and a meaning to your work. The reputation of WKCTC also depends on the good that we as graduates do. So my challenge to each of you is to take the background that brought you here, add in the education that you've earned and the insight you've been given, and adapt to the need for both trained and eager professionals. The future depends on your willingness to expand and push the limits of the gap between where you started and where you want to be. Congratulations, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Kaela. Those were great speeches, and thank you for those words of inspiration. Our guest speaker this evening, a native of Paducah, Victoria Strickland Seng, graduated from Paducah Tillman High School and earned her first degree in nursing from Paducah Community College, now West Kentucky. She began her practice as a registered nurse at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in their newborn nursery and infant special care unit. She returned to Paducah and worked at Lourdes Hospital while earning her BS in nursing at the University of Tennessee at Martin. Upon completion of that degree, she entered graduate school at the University of Alabama in Birmingham. She earned her MS in nursing, and she returned to UT Martin in a faculty position in the Department of Nursing. She earned a PhD in nursing from Texas Women's University while teaching at UT. She achieved the rank of professor and served as chair of the nursing department. She joined the staff of the Division of Academic Affairs in 2000. She serves currently as the Associate Vice Chancellor and teaches still in the areas of maternal child and women's health. Her interest in women's health issues took a personal turn in 2006 when she was diagnosed with breast cancer following a routine mammogram. Dr. Seng has become an advocate for early detection and treatment. And it is my honor to bring forward one of my former students, Dr. Seng.
President Veazey, distinguished faculty, graduates, honored guests, family, and friends. 36 years ago, I was seated among the graduates of what was then Paducah Community College. We graduated in May, and the ceremony was held in the new amphitheater. I remember being so excited wearing my white nurse's uniform for the first time and anticipating receiving my cap and pen. Beyond that, I could not tell you who our speaker was, much less any of the wisdom that was shared in that commencement address. I say that to let you know that I do understand my role this evening. As a colleague of mine reminded me, I will keep uppermost in my mind 3 key points. Number 1, be brief. Number 2, no one will remember what you say. And number 3, be brief. So let me begin my brief remarks. As I prepared this evening, I tried to think about what I wish our commencement speaker had said to me on that day. And here is what I think I would have liked to have heard. Tonight marks one of the momentous occasions in your life when the past, the present, and the future meet. Let's take a moment and look to see what this really means. You are completing an important part of your life. The education that you have received at this institution has established a strong foundation that will serve as the support for your career or the beginning of additional education. I chose the latter path and added 3 more degrees to my Associate of Applied Science. Among the added knowledge that I gained through education, several key lessons were learned in Waller Hall. I remember one occasion when I sought guidance from President Veazey, who was teaching my course in mental health nursing. As a 19-year-old first-year student, I was afraid that I could say something or do something that would cause my patient to go off the deep end. President Veazey gave me her wry smile, looked me in the eye, and said, "You are not that powerful." I must admit my ego took a blow, but I have never forgotten the wisdom of her words, and I have shared that story with my students. I also remember Laverne Brown standing at the blackboard, I'm showing my age, where she listed possible complications of pregnancy and pounding the chalk beside each one of them as she went down the list saying, "Preventable, preventable, preventable." Many other examples exist from here and other institutions that I have attended that show the value of the education that I received. We need to respect and value the past because of what it has taught us. You have that same foundation, and you could give similar examples that would carry you throughout your career. WKCTC prepared me and has prepared you for whatever the future holds. And we must look to the future to keep our focus on where we are headed. We need to dream and to establish goals. I knew the day I graduated from PCC that I wanted to work in maternity nursing and someday to teach student nurses. I set my goals and began my nursing career in the newborn nursery and infant special care at University of Kentucky. While I worked to gain experience in maternity nursing, I knew I needed to pursue my bachelor's degree and master's degrees in order to gain the credentials I needed to become a faculty member. I looked at programs, and after hearing stories about the residents in the mountains taking shots at the UK student nurses during their home visits, I decided to return to this area and attend University of Tennessee at Martin for my baccalaureate degree. As I worked toward that goal, I began exploring graduate programs in maternal infant nursing. Each time I achieved one goal, I established another, moving toward my dream. Eventually, I joined the nursing faculty at UT Martin and began to add new goals: pursuit of a doctorate, moving into administration, getting married and having a family. I established a breathless pace of moving toward reaching my goals. And goals are important. I encourage you to dream and set goals for yourself. You are prepared to pursue whatever you dare to dream, but be careful. Focusing on the past can make us static, but rushing breathlessly toward the future can cause us to lose sight of the most important part of our lives, the present. And we will miss out on so many things because we are so focused on the goal we forget to enjoy the journey toward the dream. Sometimes life events may serve to remind us to live in the present. For me, that came 7 years ago when I heard the words, "You have infiltrating breast cancer." Those 5 words changed my life forever. Time stopped, and I realized that the past was gone and the future was very uncertain. What I learned through surgery and chemotherapy was that each moment is precious when you take the time to appreciate it. I realized that I needed to cherish every second spent with my family. I needed to appreciate the humor in day-to-day life. I needed to enjoy the way peppermint tastes hot and cold at the same time. I needed to breathe deeply at the smell of freshly baked apple pie, to hear the joy in the laugh of a young child, to feel the warmth in the hug from a friend. I appreciate the past and set goals for my future, but the key is to live in the present. I have a friend who captured that concept far more eloquently than anything I could find in published work. Joni Adams Yates is a photographer who uses her Facebook page to combine breathtaking pictures with bits of wisdom. In November, she wrote the following: "I've wasted so much time. I've turned so much of my 50 years on this earth into a blur by not being fully present in the now. So much time wasted on reliving and regretting things from the past. So much time wasted on either worrying about what is to come or wanting to hurry time along to a much anticipated joyful event. You know those feelings of, I wish I could change blank that happened, or what if blank happens, or I'll be happy when blank happens. Today, I will let grace and forgiveness take care of the past. Today, I will let hope and faith take care of the future. Today, I will focus on today. I will do my best just to be, my mind, my body, my soul, all present in the same place, at the same time. Time is fleeting. I don't want to miss the beauty in the now by allowing my mind to wander into a different place on the continuum. In the present, there is peace and beauty and light. Today, I chose those things. I hope that you all find some beauty today, too. Congratulations on your achievement. Best wishes for a bright and prosperous future. But most of all, enjoy your moment. As you move through this important time in your life, take time to remember the lessons you have learned and the people who supported you through your education. Set goals and dream about where your future will lead you. But most of all, savor where you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Seng, for your very good words of wisdom. We certainly appreciate you being here tonight. Before we confer the degrees, I would like to recognize our faculty. Would they please stand? It is because of their knowledge and commitment to student success that we are here tonight. They share with each graduate the excitement of completion as well as the joy of achievement. Please join me in thanking them. At this time, will the graduates please rise? Dr. Veazey, I present the candidates for graduation, and I certify on behalf of the faculty that they have successfully completed all of the requirements for their respective credentials. Ladies and gentlemen, as the names of the graduates are read, those graduating with honors are noted in the program. Those wearing gold honor stoles are members of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. Those wearing blue honor cords reflect student achievement at or above the 75th percentile on the Educational Testing Service Proficiency Profile, which indicates proficiency in general education competencies. Now, the first row of graduates may proceed to the stage, and all others may be seated. There will be a professional photographer taking pictures as the students receive their credentials. Please refrain from coming to the stage to take photographs. The following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Arts. Joshua Earl Van Waters. Monica Rayshan. Courtney Grace Williams. Tori Lewis Busby. Lauren Elizabeth Wells. Amy Renee Adams. Veronica Hansen. Kara Jade Freeman. Megan Jo O'Neill. Kelsey Faith Bennett. Lakin Marie Cope. The following student will be receiving an Associate in Fine Arts degree. Kristen Nicole Lindsay. The following graduates will be receiving an Associate in Science. Lanita Lynn Roberts. Brittany N. Hartman. Benjamin Lucas Phelps. Jennifer L. Thompson. Jana Kathleen Everett. Andrew Joel Esau. Briandra Cork. Michelle A. Marquette. Alexandria N. Sills. Justine Renee Culp. The following students will be receiving an Associate in Applied Science degree. Kaela R. Burge-Beckley. Jackie Carlisle Brown, Jr. Stephanie Jean Beal. Caitlin Gwen Letcher. Cheryl Lee Skinner. Megan L. Gore. Heather Marie Clark. J.C. Lee Olmeda. Jen Wells.
Dawn Marie DeYoung. Samantha F. Shelton. Lorraine M. Peterson. Tony Elligood. Pamela Ruth Lyle. Brittany A. Reisner. Latricia Ann Pryor. Timothy Ray Jackson. Jonathan S. Manea. Nancy A. Parrish. Alexis Hope Albritton. Eric Daniel West. Michael A. Powell, Jr. Jonathan A. Sparia. Luis Angel Cortez Paramo. Kimberly Ann Hicks. Dallas Jewel Yarbrough. Beverly Ann Mason. Michael Dwayne Canada. Johnny Bradshaw. Rachel Elizabeth McCombs. Tracy Lynn Goodman. Christy Jo Tingle. Yes. Lena Lane Bird. Jeffrey D. Eck. Erica N. McGregory. Tricia Jo Trellinger. Pamela Renee Russell. David Wade Williams. Sharena Lynn Stevens. Connie S. Page. Margaret Hendrick. Kate Elizabeth Miskowski. Misty LaRon Franklin. Laura Ann Rivera. Kimberly C. Baumgardner. Courtney Lane Coleman. Amber Wallace. Brittany Goff. Alec Wines. April Leanne Egner. Hannah Barrett. Casey Marie Hansen. Emily M. Okerson. Nathan D. Wirtz. Rhonda Renee Turner. Chad Martin Garland. Michael Yancey Blythe. Brandy Nicole Wiseman. Jennifer Marie Humphrey. Monica Nicole Williams. Hannah Elizabeth Gertison. Casey Diane France. Jamie McCollum White. Amanda Boyd. Renee L. Walker. Karina Lynn Stalls. Jessica Suzanne Ward. Megan Brooke Gibbons. Julie Ann Ellington. Amanda Ruth Skaggs. Elizabeth Carver. Jasmine G. Dunnigan. Pipa F. Orenduff. Andrew Willis Weber. Caitlin Margaret McCoyle. Kristen Nicole Pearsall. Casey Lynn Ballard. Casey Carol Simmons. Matthew Cash Fletcher. Jennifer L. Johnson. Melissa Sue Mix. Anna F. Desimone. Cassie Elizabeth Bradley. Jacqueline D. Brown. Bobby Joe Baker. Lisa C. Brown. Wendy Sue Lubker. Charles Bradley Smith. Montgomery Ricardo Brenneman. Robert Kenneth Vaughn. Ronna L. Renner. Stephanie B. Haley. The following graduates will be receiving diplomas. Scott Lee Henson. Eritrea Lizzie Cooper. Summer S. Driver. Laretha Michelle Gilliland. Darielle E. Bobo. Brittany Nicole Tipton. The following graduates will be receiving certificates. Nikita Marie Alcock. Shamika Sheena Scott. Victoria Reagan Mitchell. Charla Gail Ring. Tabitha G. Darnell. Christy L. Holland. Latifa K. Smith. Megan Hope Brown. Maria Angelique Court. Kristen Siobhan Royce. Wendy Lynn York. Martha Sue Yarbrough. Tricia Steele. JCK Vineyard. Kinsey Uri Carroll. Victoria Lane Solomon. Laura Itzel Hernandez. Taylor Laureen Marks. Shania Trishelle Hill. Hannah A. Fan. Rhonda Sue Collins.
I think it's here. There we go. Get her down the steps. All right, will the graduates please rise? Madam President, I present the class of 2013.
All right. By virtue of the power vested in me by the Kentucky Community and Technical College System and the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I hereby pronounce you graduates of West Kentucky Community and Technical College. You may move your tassel to the left side. Woo! Woo! Congratulations. Congratulations. Woo! We're so proud of you. Okay. Okay, I just have a few more remarks. So I'm going to ask you to please be seated for another minute. And then we'll go celebrate. But I do want to thank Jackie and Kaela again for sharing their story. To me, West Kentucky represents the face of America. We each have a story. Many times we have some adversity as we're trying to achieve our dreams and our goals. But you came to our college. You saw it as a place of hope and encouragement, a place of new ideas, a place to develop skills, and a place to develop your dream. So we are very, very thankful that you chose West Kentucky. And Dr. Seng, I want to thank you. I think I did a nice job. So I thank you for being with us tonight. Students, your credential means that you have achieved a personal mark of excellence. It means achievement for not only you, but for your family and your friends who are here with you tonight. My congratulations to each of you who have helped make this night possible for our students. So I want to give you a hand, and others join me. And students, let's thank your families. We hope that each of you in the audience tonight sees the value of education, the role that the community college plays in our community and in our economy and in our nation. And we hope that you will share those stories that you've heard tonight, share them with others. Graduates, we are so very proud of you. We wish you great success. And we hope that you take these feelings that you have tonight, those feelings of accomplishment, and know that you can do great things and help with this nation that we live in and make this world a better place. And we want to honor you a little more tonight with a reception upstairs in the Ingram and River Room. And we hope that everyone will take this opportunity to congratulate you. But at this time, please stand as James Bennett comes back to the podium and leads us in My Old Kentucky Home. Please remain standing as the recessional leaves the auditorium.
The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the children are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by hard times comes a knocking at the door, for my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far